MGTOW here with you today. I'm just chilling on the couch after a long week. It's very hot outside today, and I'm just decided to relax in the aircon, just chill out, zen out. And I've had a big week of topics. We've had a lot of passion, a lot of fire, and I'm actually very, very humbled that I'm now up to 1,360 subscribers. Hey, mate, feed, kill, repeat. Appreciate you coming in, man. And what I wanted to do with you today, guys, is a little something different to what I normally do. Look, make no mistake, I have got topics coming out my backside. But, I really appreciate you guys just jumping in the live chat. We've got 4 in the live chat, 4 thumbs up. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all you guys jumping in the live chat, smashing that thumbs up, subscribing, sharing, talking about this. And I want to give a little bit back to you guys. And there's, I do have on my Patreon that you can do requests by donation, but I also don't want to make that absolutely conditional, because I'm not just about the money. Like, all the money that you guys donate to me does go into the fighting fund to help towards making the world fairer for you guys. Just got what do we get here? Misery Man, thoughts on monk mode. Misery Man, very good question, and thank you very much for your topic request. I might even do a couple of topic requests on this if we have the time. So my thoughts on monk mode. Let me just assume the position for this. So look, my thoughts on monk mode is that it's actually an incredibly efficient and incredibly peaceful way to live. I'm not for monk. I know I'd probably say I'm somewhere just nicely in the middle. Hey MGTOW warrior, respect, man. We've got a monk over here. So yeah, basically, where do I start? Such a big topic. So look, I genuinely think that going monk is a very personal decision. It is typically not something that men are forced into, as it's very easy to get sex in this day and age. Particularly in the Western world, sex is readily available. There's Tinder, there's dating sites where there's a lot of women who are out there wanting exactly the same as what men are wanting, which is sex, in a lot of these dating sites. But yeah, it really is a very personal choice. Mate, feed, kill, repeat. Absolutely, there's the pump and dump option. There's obviously the option for people to date and not cohabit. Each to their own. But let's stick to monk on this one. I think that monk is probably I would imagine, and I haven't been there myself, so even if some of you monks in the live chat can give me some feedback on this, I'd really love to hear it. But I really feel like monk is the place you go after you realize that there is no way that you could ever mitigate the damage that comes from the female nature that is enabled by the law and by society, and it's just easier to live. It's a more peaceful way to live. There are no expectations on you. It's one thing for you to not put expectations onto yourself as a man, but it's another thing to know that you have someone in your life. If you're, for example, dating, or even if you're just pumping and dumping someone, there's still a certain level of accommodation that you need to make for that person. Even if the only accommodation you make for that person is the time required to perform the act of pumping and dumping that person, you've still made that sacrifice in time. And make no mistake, time is an extremely valuable commodity that you can never ever get back. If you find someone is constantly sapping your time, you should definitely reconsider if you are getting a valuable return on investment on that time. If you've got someone that's constantly taking your time but not giving you any value back in your life, then I think you, as a man personally, and again, this is not me telling any of you what you should do, but as a man personally, I really feel like that's something you maybe need to reflect on and see if you're getting the best value out of that interaction with that person, whether it be sexual interaction, whether it be friend-based interaction, or I know there'd be some of you out there that have had family interactions where things have not necessarily gone so well for you and your family. Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Thank you so much. Misery Man, STDs on the rise. Monk is when you're done with women. I can't even listen to them talk. Time is precious, and USA women make monk easy. Yeah, Misery Man. Look, and that's a very, very valid point. Hey CJ, it's a very, very, very valid point. And I think it's very interesting to note that along with a sense of entitlement does come a sense of expectation of both time and resources. Now, time is something you cannot get back, and resources take time to acquire. So regardless of what happens, I mean, if you're giving your time to a person and you're giving your resources to a person, then you're actually hitting yourself with a double time, because you're giving them the time that you could be using to create resources, and you're also giving them the resources that you took the time to create. So if you spend, say, a 24-hour period with someone, that's actually probably 48 hours or even more that you've essentially wasted, because one of the biggest costs in life, in my view, is opportunity cost. Now, opportunity cost, for those of you who haven't heard the term before, is essentially referring to the opportunities that you missed out on, that you cost yourself by way of not taking them to begin with. And while it may seem like a bit of a different topic to the whole monk mode thing, it actually ties in very, very deeply. Because, as a man who goes monk, they have nobody to answer to but themselves, and their time is nobody's but their own, and the resources that they create with the time that belongs to them belong to nobody but themselves. And this is really where it's at, man. If I thought that I could give up women entirely at this point in my life, I probably would. But we are kidding ourselves. Most of us are kidding ourselves if we think that we can just give up on women completely. And when I say give up on women completely, I'm talking about going completely monk. I'm not saying we're not going our own way. I'm not saying that we are not doing our own thing and protecting ourselves and looking after our assets. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying that most of us are not prepared to go the whole hog absolutely and permanently and go full monk. But I have an immense amount of respect for those of you men who do go that way. I'm just going to look at these comments here. Thanks everyone for jumping in the live stream. I really appreciate you all. Sergey says, MGTOW Philosophy had a story on his channel about a woman who bit the man's man junk. Dude had to go to ER. Result, she got some therapy and that's all. All I'm going to say is you can't have therapy without rapey, which is exactly what this woman is. She just raped his testicles, like his reproductive organs. She tried to remove them. And can you imagine if any of us went and shoved our fist up a woman and tried to rip out their reproductive organs? I mean, can you imagine the outcry? Can you imagine the police charges flying at us left, right, and center before we even had a chance to blink? But yet, these women who do these kind of things to men just get off scot-free, practically, with practically no punishment at all. It's just absolutely insane. Montana Grizz fan, hey mate, hello from Montana, USA. Real cowboy country. Real cowboys were MGTOW before MGTOW was cool. That's awesome. I love cowboys. I just got like a real respect for the just this raw masculinity of cowboys and the way that they just have this camaraderie. I think it's really cool, and it's an amazing kind of energy that you get. We've got MGTOW Warrior said, Misery Man, I think you'll get a kick out of my last video. Yeah, go and look, guys, if you ever see anyone on the live stream talking about their videos and you think it sounds interesting, by all means go check it out. I love the love that I'm getting from you guys, but I'm not the only MGTOW out there, and it's good to get a diverse range of opinions and views and thoughts and energies. Michael, I have myself have never dated and never will. At 34 years old, I follow my passion. Michael, I don't know if this is too personal to ask on a public stream like this, and please, by all means, let me know if it is. But what is your passion, man? I'd love to hear it if you'd like to share it with you guys, with all the men in the stream. I'll give you a moment to respond on that, see if it's something that you wanted to chat about. In the meantime, I'm going to have a look at these other comments. It's all a lie. I gave up on women a long time ago after coming to the conclusion they are 100% children who will say whatever it takes to get what they want. Sadly, for the overwhelming majority of women, it is my view that is the case. In my experience, it is, anecdotal commentary from me, but that is what I have experienced personally. Misery man, women get pissed off that a woman, decent looking guy with resources, rejects them. I enjoy it because besides I'm a nice guy, and Western, some loathe nice guys. Yeah, see, biologically, through evolution, the men that women have been attracted to are typically more masculine, more alpha, and that's just nature's way of reproducing, really. I mean, you don't have, look guys, you don't have lions in the animal kingdom you don't have lionesses going out and letting themselves be bred by lions that look like fucking soy boys and manginas. You know, they don't mate with lions who just cower and whimper and walk away if they growl at them. No, the lions take what they want. And we live in a society, I'm not advocating, so don't misconstrue anyone. I'm not saying you go out and you just take what you want from a woman sexually without, a general consensus between the two of you, right? Because plain and simply that's called rape. And I don't agree that rape of a man or a woman is a good thing. And I agree that rape of a man or a woman by a man or a woman should be punished accordingly. But if there are any ladies watching this, any women watching this, any females watching this, whatever you want to, whatever your label is, someone touching you on the bum, someone making an unwelcome sexual advance is not rape. Right. Although if you go to any person on a college campus, they'll probably tell you it is, but it is not. And if you go to a dictionary, you will find that I am correct and that you're a retard if you think otherwise. CJ, cunt is a commodity that's value is so high, the state will kill you. That's pretty fucked up. It is kind of fucked up. Michael, electrical engineering. I also have a website, microcontrollertutorial.com. I found my passion when I was 5 years old. Dude, respect. That's cool, man. That's so cool. Guys, if you're into that sort of stuff, like if you're into electronics and gadgets and technical stuff, go check out Michael's website, microcontrollertutorial.com. Marcel Harding, 16 thumbs up. Yeah, you are. Marcel Harding in the house. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Anonymous guy, the majority of men want a wife, kids, and the white picket fence. Look, and absolutely, I agree with you, anonymous guy. I agree with you. Women don't want that until they are post-wall. They get stuck in dick sand until the end of their first fertility window. Then marry a guy that can't live up to the 100 miles of chadcock that they have had. The divorce rate then ensues. Yeah, and you're right, because women are, and I've spoken to many women. I've spoken to many women about these things, and they all agree. When I chat to them and I let them know, look, I'm not judging you for this. It's just biology. I'm cool. Like, it's all right. Right? Once they feel that they are in a comfort zone and that it's okay to be completely honest, they then admit to me, yes, we are attracted to looks and money. I'll say to them, look, would you say that it's fair that women are overwhelmingly attracted to someone who is good looking and looks like they'll produce good offspring, and also someone that looks wealthy and looks like they could provide for you? She's like, well, yeah. I said, and would you also agree that that's not what keeps you in a relationship? Well, yeah. And I also said, would you agree that women, when they ovulate, tend to find themselves attracted to a more alpha partner or someone different to to who they're committed to? And she said, well, yeah, I would also agree with that. So it's just a very interesting discussion to have. And, you know, we can argue what we want about female nature, but it's up to us men to learn about female nature, because that dictates what they do, not society. Society can tell them they're the worst person in the world for doing what they do, but if they're following their biology, if their biology dictates X, then they're going to do X, whether we like it or not. And this is why, we've gone MGTOW, because society has enabled women to do what biology dictates, which is to, try and find a breeding partner, which is to, go and sleep around with alpha males. I'm not mad about it. Like, I'm way past red pill rage. Like, I just know what's going on now. Like, why? Until the law changes things to make it an unattractive proposition to be unfaithful, until it becomes an unattractive proposition for women to be unfaithful. It's already an unattractive proposition for men to be unfaithful, even though our biology dictates otherwise. But until it is a legal proposition, until the legal framework doesn't enable unfaithful behavior and encourage it and even incentivize it, then it will continue, men. And that's why it's important to go MGTOW in that way. Justin Squire, or your wife contracts the feminist mind virus, #him too. Yeah, look, that's the thing, right? If your wife, you might have the best wife in the world, or someone you perceive to be the best wife in the world, but when they become a feminist, shit's gonna get real bad real quick. CJ, Michael, Sydney MGTOW, hey, thanks, man. Mike F, hey, Sydney, hey, brothers, appreciate you. Marcel Harding, when women hit the wall, they start looking for a rich simp. That's absolutely correct. Guys, if you go and have a look at my live stream from last night, I think it was Fancy Families or something like that. The hypergamy, it was out of control in that TV show. Recommend you check it all out and go and jump on YouTube and look at some episodes, and you'll see what female nature is like when they have unlimited amounts of money at their disposal and they are enabled to be basically completely hypergamous. It's all a lie. They can look at my money as I'm driving away. My man, all a lie. Appreciate you. Gateau, just subscribe today, man. Welcome to the resistance. This is where you're going to find your daily red pills and your daily truth bombs, for real. There's plenty of other channels that have got them, but I think I've got a bit of an authentic flavor. I'm starting to realize that. Misery Man, funny how MGTOW men are cool and normal. Your favorite MGTOW channels? Misery Man, so my favorite MGTOW channels, in fact my red pill was MGTOW 101. He's my brother from down under. I love following Chris Can too. His fire and his passion really shines through. I miss Big John. If any of you, if you're watching me, if any of you know Big John and think that he would appreciate speaking to me, would love to hear from him and have a laugh and have a chat. Used to wake up to Big John's videos first thing in the morning, and it was an awesome drive to work. Survivalist, I was listening to one of Tom Likas' videos, and bitches on there were bragging about going to islands on vacation and having trains, aka gangbangs, run on them by 5 guys. This from hot 20 to 24 year olds. Yeah, look, absolutely, the survivalist, and this is what I'm saying. If you strip away any judgment, any expectation towards a woman socially, if you tell them, look, I have no judgment on what you do. If you want to get gangbanged by 10 guys, I totally respect that. Even if you don't, I mean, if they think that you are totally okay with whatever they do, regardless of what it is, regardless of how bad you deem it to be, if they think that they can get away with telling you about it and that you're not going to judge them, they will tell you about it. The trick is, if you want to continue to hear what they have to say and continue to understand female nature, is to not actually judge them outwardly and to let them talk and act like it's all cool. That is the only way you will truly find the depth of female nature and truly understand what it is that they do and they say and the way that they think. And that's how I've actually got a lot of my my knowledge on females, through these guerrilla tactics. Okay. And yeah, and also the survivalist. I'd just like to point out, Stand Up Men, he got banned from YouTube for doing a video about the girls that go over to Dubai, just like the ones you're talking about on vacation. The girls that go over to Dubai and get, you know, basically completely degraded by rich Arab sheikhs, you know? These guys who are just pissing on them, shitting on them. Like, you'll see these girls posting on Instagram like, oh, selfie, 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 all day. Straight up on Instagram, you know, hashtag luxury life, hashtag me too in 30 years time, you watch. But, you know, it's just complete bullshit to watch it. And it's crazy that we as men can't speak the truth about what goes on and about what women are prepared to do for money and luxury and lifestyle. We're not allowed to talk about it because YouTube simply just decides that we can't have anyone talking the truth about anyone because that might hurt their feelings, and so therefore we're going to ban them. Speaking of Stand Up Men, got an ebook coming very soon, guys. I know you've been calling out for it. When it hits, you'll be the first to know. I'll be doing a video on it. I'll be reading you some snippets from it. It is absolute dynamite. Very, very cheap with a 100% money back guarantee that goes to Stand Up Men to continue the good work he does behind the scenes for us men. Fifth estate, Western society has given women a fucking pass. Absolutely it has. We can't get away with the stuff they can. And it's just about time it's acceptable for society to hear the truth. You're right, Justin Squire, you're absolutely right. Sergey, yes, do not get angry, waste of time and hurts you, high blood pressure. Sergey, you know, I actually don't mind getting angry, I don't mind getting fired up. When I finish these videos though, I zen out, you know. I know some of you guys following me may think that I get angry about stuff, and, you know, I get really passionate and some of the stuff does piss me off a little bit. But as I said, you know, I'm way past the red pill rage stage. I'm just at the acceptance stage, but just because I've accepted that this is how things is, it doesn't mean that I'm prepared to accept that things will continue to be this way. And that is why I'm fighting for you men. That is why I'm working in the background to create and build things. I scare women away. Yes, please. I would love you to share a theory with me. This is Q&A session with Sydney MGTOW here on a Friday. I want to do this for you guys so you can ask any questions you want and I will answer them for you. Sorry, I keep putting my hand over the over the camera there, but it's just a bit weird. I'm trying to scroll up with my left hand and hold with my right because otherwise it gets shaky. Michael, Sydney MGTOW, which is why I refuse to use words like gold digger and whore. Women are hypergamous and promiscuous by nature. It is what it is. Absolutely, Michael, it is what it is. We know they're hypergamous. We know that they will do, some of them will do unspeakable things for money. It's just, it's natural. It's just biology. You know, look, hypergamy and calling them gold digging whore, and I know I've used hypergamy many times on my videos, and it's referring to this particular biological trait that they have. But it's just what it is. Anonymous guy, my closest friend has been banging this married woman. She's super hot, a 9 to 10, and she drives down every week to him while his wife is at work for his Chad cock. She has said she wants to leave her. I'm guessing I'm guessing you mean he has said he wants to leave her. Anyway, yeah, look, that doesn't surprise me. There are a lot of married women out there who are fucking on the side. You know, I've been that Chad cock in the past. I know that married women cheat, just like there's some married men that cheat. You know, it's easier for married women to cheat and get away with it because they just guilt their husband afterwards, whereas it's not so easy to play it the other way because then we're the bad guy if we try and guilt the wife. So a bit of a double standard there, but we know that is what it is. Misery man, women are easily brainwashed by TV. Absolutely, women are incredibly easily brainwashed by TV. Holy shit! This is why they fall for all this bullshit. You know, all this ridiculous carry on about all these, you know, shows like The View in America and The Panel in Australia, you know, all of these all female panels that just talk about shit. Women are completely brainwashed by it. It's too easy for them to be persuaded things that are completely ridiculous. The fifth estate, you don't date or marry just one woman. You date and marry every bitch she talks to. So I actually have a funny story for you guys. My dad, I don't know if he would approve of me sharing the story, but I don't care. So when my dad actually met my mum, they'd met in a social gathering. It was between friends, and she wanted to see my dad again. So she did a house party just for my dad. And my dad rocked up to the house party with his girlfriend. And then my mum got mad at him for bringing the girlfriend. And she's like, you know, I did this whole party for you, you know, just so I could see you again. He said, well, why didn't you just ask to see me? And why did you have to go to this whole party? And why didn't you just tell me you didn't want me to bring anyone else? She's like, well, I thought you knew. But, you know, man, this is a perfect example. And this is my own parents, and I love them to death. And, you know, they work well together, and it's fine. You know, they're still married. You know, they get the shits with each other from time to time, but it is what it is. My dad doesn't take shit from her, and she doesn't take shit from my dad, so it works well. But, you know, this is the thing. Women expect us to read minds. They expect us to know things that we can't possibly know. They expect us to do these mental gymnastics to somehow arrive at the same conclusion about them as they did about something that started over here and ended all the way over here. Like, it's crazy. But, you know, that's just, I mean, that's my real life story of that happening. Here we go, anonymous guy, husband won't do it, but he's rich as fuck. Yeah, man, he'll get fucked if he leaves with all that cash. Maybe he should just funnel it out into crypto and quit his job and go broke and then divorce and then start again. Hey, probably not a bad idea. Fifth Estate, TFM, Sandman, Howard Dare. Yep, I like some of the stuff that Sandman's got to say. I got a lot of respect for Howard Dare. TFM is also a good guy. Personally, are you serious? Misery Man, you're Big John, are you? Misery Man, if you are Big John, I think you need to email me. Yeah, Turd Flinging Monkey. Some of his videos, I find they drag on a little bit more than what I would enjoy watching, and I know I drag on a bit sometimes too, but, you know, I prefer to see someone's face talking than simply seeing games and stuff in the background, because I'm not a big gamer myself personally. Marcel, yes, I wish we would bring back Big John. Misery Man, you're right, all women cheat at some stage or another, in some way or another. The survivalist women who are 18 to 24 have gangbangs run on them when they're go on vacation. When they did that, bullshit starts happening. They are that nasty. Look, it happens. It's just, it is what it is. Brizzy Boy watched a heap of your vids, and MGTOW 101 last night was a good night's viewing. Man, Brizzy Boy, I binged on MGTOW 101's videos when I found them. That was a time in my life when I really needed to understand what was going on, and he helped me immensely, and he helped me do it with a sense of humor, and that's what I love about his style. Elven Girl and men wouldn't bang 5 to 10 girls at all. Elven Girl, 5 to 10 girls wouldn't line up to bang one guy. That's why men don't bang 5 to 10 girls, because if 5 to 10 girls came up to us and said, we want to all bang you, I'd be like, where's the video camera? This is a trap. Never happens. Unless you're like a massive Chad and you've got a bunch of disease-ridden hoes lining up to do it. And yeah, look, I mean, to be honest, I think guys that are going to go and run a train on some chick that is prepared to take 5 to 10 dicks in the space of about 10 minutes, I think that's just as nasty for those dudes to do it as the chick that's actually having the train run on her, personally. Because, like, how do you know what those other dudes have got? And most of the time it's a cream pie fest. So Ain't no doubt. um, anonymous guy removes societal and religious. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is very good point from an anonymous guy. Remove societal and religious restraints, shame, etc. Then women are out of control, like they are today. Why do you think slut shaming is fought hard by women? And guys, let's not kid ourselves. If we thought that we could go and do anything we wanted, now we'd still protect people, but if we thought we can go and do whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted, however we wanted, with no consequence, we could just get in someone's car and take a $100,000 car and not ever get chased by police, and we'd be able to sell it legitimately. I mean, I think a lot of men would probably do a bunch of bad shit as well if societal and legal restrictions got removed away. And it's the same with women. But I think from a relationship perspective, women do have urges to breed with the man that they perceive to be the alpha. It just is what it is, and so there's no point us getting mad about it, because we just need to know about it, not get mad about it. Todd Gunn, what's the difference? Guys doing the gangbanging or girls getting gangbanged? They're all involved. Absolutely, Todd Gunn, I totally agree with you. CJ, I followed your recommendation for that rich family video, and all I'm going to say is they are going to be the first to die when the zombie apocalypse comes. Exactly, CJ, it's so true. I scare women away. I don't think the average Australian man understands who he's really capable of picking up. I believe this is because the price of pussy here is overinflated. I mean, I agree with you, because the hottest girls in Australia have so many guys sucking up to them, simping up to them, that they think they can have absolutely anyone and anything. Anonymous guy, the Arab porta potties of Dubai. Yep, that's what stand-up men got banned for. YouTube can't handle the truth. Mate, feed, kill, repeat. Instagram, girls are scum. Yeah, they can get pretty nasty. Misery man, so glad I'm a man. Absolutely. Post red pill is so peaceful. It's true that, Misery man. Arvero, hey, how's it going? Todd Gunn, if you want a good laugh, have a squiz at Seeking Arrangement website. That gives a good idea what a lot of girls want in return just for their company, and dinner expectations are incredibly high. That's a great idea, guys. If you are really wanting to see what women really want, and what if you really want a pure, honest, from the horse's mouth opinion on, like, if you really want to see what women actually want, what they ideally would love to get from a guy, go to seekingarrangement.com and look at some of the ads and look at the type of things women are asking for and expecting from men with not a lot in return, other than their vagina and their presence. Women objectify themselves. Yeah, man. Fifth Estate, a lot of women do objectify themselves and put too much emphasis on their appearance. Mike F, hashtag hypergamy2s. Survivalist hack and women complain that men are trying to talk to them when they can't even control themselves when it comes to sex. Yet if you ask her for sex, she gets all prudish with us here in the US. It is a ridiculous double standard. The survivalist, I completely agree with you. CJ, the TV isn't called the idiot box for no reason. That's right, exactly. It is a leftist propaganda machine for the best part. The Fifth Estate, gynocentric television. That's right. Arvero, it is called Television. Misery man, women are unable to communicate directly. I sometimes get quite confused at what some women are trying to say. They'll say something and then I will respond, and then the conversation just kind of goes like, it started here and it ends up over there somewhere, and I'm just like, how did it get there? That just doesn't make sense. There's no logical train. Like, it doesn't flow. Like the chain of logic doesn't flow at all. Assumption is the mother of all fuck ups. Absolutely right. Never assume anything, men, unless you know it logically or instinctively to be true. Don't let your emotions rule you, because that will take you down in the end. CG, I see the world pretty much in the same way as the main character from The Truth Showing Sunglasses from the film They Live. So true, I always have to tell women I do not read minds. Why not just tell me what you want me to know, then I tell them. I do not care about the dumb feelings when they make me mad. Yeah, I mean, if we get made mad by a woman, we're probably less likely to care about their feelings. You're right, survivalist. And I also have to tell women sometimes that I can't read their minds, or that I don't understand how they got to where they're at, or how it relates to what the original question was. Yeah, their attitude is the you're the man, you fix bit. Yep. I will jive. I will donate money to fight Australian misandry, but what is the plan of action? Inform me. Jazz, the plan of action is probably a little more than I want to reveal on a live video. By all means, if you want to email me and let me know, and find out a bit more about what is going to happen with the fighting fund once that pool grows, I would be happy to share that information with you. Just put Jazz Jive in the subject field so I know it's you. Misery Man, no, just the same story as Big John. Sorry. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Misery Man. It kind of sucks. As a man, I declare a nap is in order before work. Peace out all. Peace. It's all a lie. Yellow Flash, I always heard that women in Australia were down to bang. This is not the case anymore. Look, Yellow Flash, if you have charisma and you have character and you are, moderately attractive, typically, as long as they feel comfortable with you, yes, many of them are down to bang. So that is still the case, perhaps even more so than it used to be. Misery Man, Miggy 101 is very creative. Absolutely, Miggy. Miggy, if you are watching this video, brother, appreciate you. Thank you for spreading the word to your 100,000 plus subscribers. They all need to hear the message that you have and the message that I have. Survivalist, I got here by watching videos first on narcissism after dating one of those crazy bitches. She caused a lot of pain. Then I found MGTOW's freedom and a few others till I got here. Well, I'm glad you're here right now. Thank you so much for being one of my loyal subscribers. Also, guys, I do want to point out as well that this channel is not monetized. I never started this channel for money. So when I saw the monetization option, I thought I would rather this channel be under the radar rather than be a tall puppy with ads, so it can last longer and I can get the message out to more men. Charlie G, I know got a chick that fucked 4 guys in one night. Man, Charlie G, I know some guys that have fucked 4 chicks in one night. I know some chicks that have fucked 4 or more guys in a night. Man, if 2 people want to have sex, they're gonna have sex. Charlie G, the simps are the real problem. They need some red pills ASAP. The simps are the reasons we have the laws today. The manginas in Parliament that we have, they're the reasons we have the laws that we have today that fuck men over. Luke Chase, yo, what's up, man? Loving the glasses there, appreciate you. Tall man, hey, free men of the world, what's up? Hey, man, how you doing? Mate, feed, kill, repeat. Big John is my favorite MGTOW. Used to watch his vids at work during Smoko and the guys crack up laughing every time what YouTube did was wrong and not justified. I miss you, John. I miss you too, Big John. Charlie G, women only want dick, cash and prizes. Charlie G, go back and watch my video on that's called It's All About the D. It is all about what you've just written there, and I think you other guys will probably get a bit of a laugh out of it and find some home truths in that video. Misery Man, women have no hobbies. Misery Man, women's hobbies are largely being entertained by men. It is only when women start to realize that the content of their character is not judged by the man that they have on their arm that they will start to actually find some inner worth and find some hobbies and find their own passion. Charlie G, women love to complain about a problem but won't lift a finger to fix it. Yeah, you're right. Actually, Charlie G, I saw an article today about the Bitcoin gender gap and how this cryptocurrency is made too hard for women and therefore it's unfair because men have done it like that to make it difficult for women. No, it's just that men actually went out and learned and put the effort in and put the time in and dedicated themselves to learning it so that they could benefit from it. So if you are a woman who has not benefited from Bitcoin because you don't want to go out there and ask questions and you don't want to do hard work, then it's too fucking bad. CJ MGTOW's freedom saved my life. I miss that dude's videos. Thanks, ScrewTube, CockTube, ScrewTube. I think we can probably think of many names for these guys. Yeah, MGTOW's freedom is a fucking boss. He will live forever in my memory and the memory of many of you men. God bother us. Hey, Sydney MGTOW, what's your view on MGTOW's getting a release with porn? In addition, it's addictive like meth, but we need an avenue. Look, God bother, I actually think that porn is probably the safest way to get your rocks off without the risk of being accused of anything, and without the risk of impregnating anyone, and without the risk of essentially being held ransom to somebody else's feelings or guilt trips. So that's my view on it, God botherer. Some people think that, all MGTOWs just wank off. I know many of you know that many MGTOWs still have sex, whether they pump and dump, whether they sort of date someone but they just don't really live with them, or it's just a kind of regular thing, whatever the case may be, whatever the dynamic is. We are human beings after all. We do have sex drives. Many of us, with the exception of those of us who have gone monk, many of us, I'd say, and if there's any monks out there that are listening to this particular point that God bother are raised, feel free to give your input on what it's like with you guys. When do you get horny anymore? Do you feel the need to release, or are you just completely over it and your libido is just done because you're so far past it? I'd be interested to know. No disrespect either way. Sergey says, when I was going back to the hotel, there was a lady only partying near my hotel, getting chased by 30 plus old women. That is why you need to keep in shape so you can outrun a lot of them. Holy shit. Can you imagine if a woman got chased by 30 plus old men? The stink that would kick up. The absolute crybaby antics you'd hear, just whinging and complaining and sooking about it. Look, if you didn't get hurt and you didn't get attacked, then it's nothing more than an unwelcome approach. And this is half the Me Too's are all about unwelcome approaches and not actual rape and not actual physical assault. Father Bertolucci, misery man, the only hobby women have is shopping, but it's more of an obsession than a hobby. They fill their vacuous lives buying useless material shit. Yeah, look, Father Bertolucci, if that's how you pronounce it, I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I find that if women don't have something else in their lives, they will tend to actually just spend money. The more fulfilled they are in their lives, the less likely they'll be to spend money. Survivalists, women say one thing at the beginning of a sentence, the opposite at the end of a sentence, then have major cognitive dissonance. It is not dissidence, but I understand the confusion on that. The two halves of their mind fight each other all the time. Absolutely right. The emotional half and the rational half, usually the emotional side wins, as I'm sure you'll agree. Mate, okay, man, this is a very, 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 very important thing that Mate Feed Kill Repeat said. Sorry, my housemate's just woken up. Never listen to what a woman says, listen to her actions. That is true. You should always listen to any human being's actions, even men. Just more often than not, men tend to actually say the same thing as what their actions reflect. What the tall man got to say. Yeah, men, of course, they're in misery by being simps. Either men wake up or stay slaves. Our choice. Absolutely agree. 100% right, man. You have to wake up. You have to wake up, and I'm going to help you out with that when this book comes out from Stand Up Men. It is amazing. It will rock your world. Todd Gunn, what did you think of the Glenn McGrath breast cancer test match? For me, it was a load of horseshit. How about doing something for men's illness, depression, and prostate cancer? Todd, the only thing that is going to stop men's depression is restoring fair standards in both the workplace and also in family courts and in schools. And the Fighting Fund, where I collect donations from you men, is what goes towards things that I plan to do in the background to work towards that. So I am attacking the root causes, and it is very, very important to me. It is a labor of love, and it's something very close to my heart. Charlie G, the Sims just want their dicks touched. Absolutely. Yo, Luke, Jazz, you've recently joined the MGTOW train of YouTube spokesmen. Are you scared of burning out? I think you need to pace yourself better as you do have talent. Jazz, I really appreciate that. Certainly, as a new content creator, I'm trying to create new content every day, keep that momentum going, bring new topics to you guys every day. This is my, as I said, my labor of love. I dedicate this to you, man. There may be a time in the future where I may, skip a day a week, but I'll let you guys know in advance what my day off will be. I just really want to make sure that I'm here for you and that I get the message out. Anonymous guy, I knew this girl at work. She was such a whore. We gave her a nickname. It took her months to figure out what we're talking about. Her nickname was Airtight. But how can it be airtight if there's two dicks in there? Because there's like all a little space around it, Irish MGTOW, end of another hard MGTOW week. Absolutely. End of a hard MGTOW week. Working hard, hustling hard, bringing home the bacon, living life the way that I need to live it to get to my goals. The survivalist says, when I went for my second MOS, we were on weekend leave and we went to a party at a motel, and the noob females fresh from boot camp had been let out as well. This one chick did bang 5 guys that night, not surprising. West 1833 MGTOW, just got off work, got a beer and watching the stream, my kind of night. West, I think this is the first time that I've noticed you in my stream. Thank you very much, brother, for joining and becoming a new subscriber. I appreciate you. Charlie G, porn will eventually be banned in an effort to get us men back on the plantation. I would not be surprised, Charlie G, if that happened, but you can't stop us. Another one was called 7-Up, anonymous guy. So good. Mike F, I think catching feelings is the worst STD you can get. Yeah, it can. Some STDs can be treated, feelings can't, bro. You just gotta ride that shit out. West 1833, we just called them barrack bunnies when I was in the corps. They just hop from room to room. Yep, I mean, look, if it's enabled, then it's gonna happen. Misery man, jerk off and feel very clean as 10-year monk. So much more to life than pussy. Man, I really respect that. There definitely is more to life. Misery man, have you had kids or have you raised a family? Just curious to know. I am a monk, Charlie G, I'm a monk, but I still got a fleshlight though. Good man. Earl Hickey, been monk for 16 years after a decade or so, don't feel the need anymore. I can imagine that as someone who understands NLP, I can understand how that association would now be nothing but a distant memory. Godmother, I'm a MGTOW monk. I'm an old 90s Christian purity movement fossil and a dork when I was a teenager, young adult. Now I have some success in life and all the bitches who rejected me now want me bad. It's always the way. Godmother, I totally agree with you. The survivalist, I'm going to ask this woman I know to be a surrogate for me, pay her 10 to 15 grand under an ironclad contract. I refuse to get into a relationship. Yeah, look, the survivalist, I did a video the other day on fatherhood without risk. Recommend you go watch it. It's exactly about what you are saying right now. Luke Chase, sometimes horny but not bad. Jerk off and some porn. Yeah, man, if it does the job, that's perfect. So long as you can then refocus on what's important for you so you can look after yourself. Godbotherer, yeah, there's a bit going on in the church, a bit of hypocrisy there. And I like my fast cars as well. I've got a Golf R, but potentially might sell that soon. Put that towards the fighting fund. Father Bertolucci, my advice for horny MGTOW is to travel to Thailand and Philippines and have some fun. Father Bertolucci, you're right. If you are a even remotely half decent looking guy, you can go over to the Philippines and it is just a walk in the park. To be honest, they pretty much throw themselves at you. Misery Man, your channel is my new favorite. Oh man, I'm so humbled, seriously, because there's a lot of good channels out there. So for you to say that, that's a real feather on my cap. Don't have my cap here, but that there is a feather in it right now. And thank you, I appreciate you. West, Jesus, that's an expensive way to deal with being horny. Porn is free. Oh well, $40 a month for the internet bill. It's airtight, 3 holes, mouth pink and brown. Anonymous guy, you kill me, man, and I love you. Thank you, bro. RY Industrial, cheers Sydney, cheers to you, brother. The survivalist. Yeah, if you want kids, use a surrogate. Yes, I agree. God bother, I found MGTOW after I found out I was being catfished by a lass who thought I was a good Christian girl. Turns out she was bullshit, wasted my time and life. She was. Yeah, catfishing is pretty shit. CJ, co-worker at my previous job, I had used to call this really gross chick being funky. Misery man, yes, raised a family beyond done. And at least, do you still get to see your kids? I hope you do. If so, I'm sure that they feel very lucky to have a dad like you. West, why would you use a surrogate? We've got thousands of good kids in group homes and foster homes that need good families. Yeah, look, West, it's oh, you were a foster child, man. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. How did you find integrating into a family? Like, did you? I mean, myself, I haven't been a foster child, so I can't possibly understand what was that you went through. But did you find that you carried a lot of baggage with you from not having your parents around or being fostered out? Did you carry a lot of that with you into the new home, or did that sort of dissolve away when you had the new family? I'd be very curious to know. Mate, feed, kill, repeat. What's the chance of our society in the future would start to target our MGTOW with extra taxes to our income through our gynocentric governments? Don't rule it out. If I have my way and if I play my cards right with this fighting fund that I'm building for you men, then we won't need to worry too much about that. Charlie G, sometimes I want a woman, but the price is too high. Charlie, there's the money that you spend to just like the dinner, the petrol, the Valentine's Day, the birthdays. Like you spend this stuff when you're in a relationship because it feels nice to see the reaction from your partner, and it's a lovely feeling when you are appreciated, but definitely it is a cost that you need to weigh up if you are going to be in a relationship. Just be wary of the legal risks that are entailed and what can happen if you have kids or cohabitate or marry them. So that's the real danger zone. You reckon the danger zone was in Top Gun? No, the danger zone's in marriage. Forceful relationships like they're doing in South Korea. Is that right, mate? Feed kill. I did not know that they were starting to force people into relationships. Man, that's some serious cuckery going on there. 2-minute delay in chat. Thanks for letting me know. Arway Industrial. Todd Gunn, my point about the McGrath Foundation in cricket was yet another hijacking by women who are primarily man's sport, watched by men, advocating their own illness. The space should be for men, absolutely. Women get their space for women. We got our own spaces as well. We should. Hey, what's up, Michael Dorje? Thank you for those emails and clips. There were quite a few emails from you. I am pretty time poor at the moment, so I will get to those when I can, and I'll give you my thoughts. Some of them I've probably seen already, but I will definitely reply when I get the chance. Charlie G, Tallman said, Charlie G, we all wanted a woman for a partner and friend. They end up being your boss and master. However, I know I was married once. True. Father Bertolucci said, not that expensive. Airfare from Sydney to Manila can be less than $500 AUD. Food and bed there are cheap. Pick up local girls or go P for P, cheaper than here. I'm guessing you mean pussy for pay there. Cebu Pacific, CEBU Pacific is the airline that is cheapest to the Philippines. And they also have a loyalty program, so make sure you sign up for GetGo before you actually book your ticket so that you get points if you do decide that you want to travel there more often for holidays, because it is a nice place to go. Marcel, these guys' comments are real funny. Yeah, man, I love reading these comments from you guys. I could go all day. I'm almost been an hour and I'm not even bored yet. Sorry for you guys that are watching this later, but this is all about you men and talking to you, getting your feedback on things, and getting thoughts from you and expressing my opinions on your thoughts and just really interacting. This is all about letting you guys know that you matter to me and that I want to answer your questions and share my wisdom, so you can keep yourself safe and happy. Arway Industrial, Charlie G, you can still have women and not get into a relationship and drain your resources. That's right. I mean, there's still a opportunity cost and also time cost to have women, but relationship, it does drain your resources. You just need to set the limit on how much of your resources you're prepared to forfeit as a result of being in a relationship. Misery man, love being a father. It is pure intense love, no regrets. And this is the thing, misery man. You know, a lot of us men want to be dads. We want to have kids, but it's just too risky for us in the current legal climate, which is sad. All women catfish you in a sense, bro. Yeah, to a degree, yeah, especially if they're wearing lots of makeup. I know how that can turn out if you know, they've done a really good job of it. Further Bertolucci, even if you go to Asia to fuck once a year, use the rest of the time you can. Use Mrs. Palmer and 5 daughters. That's right. CJ, catfishing is basically when a woman purports to be something she's not. Might be that she is pretending to be somebody else online, or she's using old pictures to bait you into falling in love with her when she's actually, you know, become completely unattractive compared to what the photos were. So it's basically misleading a man into thinking that he's getting something that he's not. God bother a Todd Gunn. Women's cricketers want to be paid equal to men, but their boundaries are getting closer and the bowlers are slower, but they want the same money. Absolutely, they want equity, not equality. IY Industrial, I follow Lycus 101. Lycus, Leykis, and then the number 101. Guys, go check him up on YouTube. He's a fucking boss. Love that man. He is full of wisdom. Misery man have become too good at jerking off. Beaver Brain said, so are you guys all about chasing ass or wanking and playing video games? Beaver man, I think that's actually a really ignorant comment, if I'm being honest. And I'll tell you why it's an ignorant comment. Because, you know, if we're going to wait, look, girls masturbate, guys masturbate. Even if they are in relationships, even if they're getting plenty of sex, they masturbate. It's just how it is. I cannot remember the last time I played a video game. You know, you've listened to too much of this crap from simps and soy boys telling you that MGTOW just, you know, sit at home in their mum's basement wanking and playing video games. It's an absolute fallacy. Some of the most successful and the richest men in the world are the biggest MGTOWs. Even Leonardo DiCaprio. Look, not a huge fan of him as a dude, but I gotta respect him, man. That guy's MGTOW through and through. He's hugely successful. He's not just talking about wanking and, you know, sitting there playing video games all day. He's making shit happen, and that's what real men going their own way do. Jazz Jive, last question. Do you like Batman Donald Trump? Jazz Jive, if it's a pick between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump and Oprah Winfrey, I'm going for Donald Trump. Whether we like his policies or not, I have to admire the man for doing what he said he's going to do and sticking to his guns and not pandering to leftists. I have to respect that. Right? And that's what a leader is. A leader is not someone who's corrupted so easily by things going on the side, like, you know, by corruption and other stuff. Like, and the Democrats have been trying to, sorry guys, if you're a Democrat, Republican supporter, I'm an Australian, so American politics don't affect me at the end of the day, but I don't feel like the whole Russia nonsense with CNN and the Democrats was necessary. You know, he was a minority government. Yes, correct. He had less than Hillary Clinton did in terms of raw vote numbers, but it's just like Australian Parliament. It's the amount of electorates you win in, not about the raw numbers, because you can have one electorate with 1 million retards. Not saying that Democrats are retards, or Republicans are retards. Not saying that at all. But you might have 1 million people in one electorate. I know it's a big number, but let's just call it that have extreme political views that are really dangerous for the future of the country. You know, they might make up the majority number, but that doesn't mean that one place makes up the majority as a total of countries. I think that's how the voting system works. But, you know, all's fair in love and war. And, you know, I think America has a president that does what he says he's going to do, even when other people don't like it. Flicking through now. Our way industrial, if you get good at dating, you can get laid on the regular. That's true. Beaver Brain, careful with Filipinas. They're desperate to catch you and marry you. Beaver Brain, while we didn't quite see eye on your previous comment, I totally agree with you on that. I'm 100% on the same page. If they are from, particularly if they're from one of the provinces where they've grown up in quite an impoverished situation, they will do anything for their family because Filipinos are very family orientated. So again, this comes down to biology and human nature. Don't be mad at it, just be aware of it. Hawaii Industrial, new to channel Sydney, found good stuff, found you through MGTOW 101. Oh, cool, man, appreciate that. Did he mention me in one of his videos, or was it a recommended video in one of his, like when you're watching one of the videos, it was on the side? Curious to know how people are finding me and stumbling across me. Tall man, Filipinos are the best at making you feel you're the man. Once married, they are the best at cutting your balls off, be warned. Yes, Filipinos have no limits to their behavior. They want everything for themselves immediately, and that thing they want changes every minute. Yeah, look, I've, that they want what they want, we want what we want. Often those things are going to conflict, and we need to be strong enough to say no and say that we want what we want. Yeah, no worries, CJ, happy to explain that for you, dude. As soon as you say I do, you start to see slowly what you signed up for. Absolutely, things changed for me when I was married, no longer, Brandon. It was a bit of a shitty situation in the end, the way that things turned out, but still, the person that I did marry has a beautiful soul, but we just weren't meant to be husband and wife. It just didn't work out. Russian women are more intelligent. Filipinos are more dangerous because they have even less restraints, like bipolar is the norm and accepted in court as an excuse. Right, Sydney, you can be MGTOW, date multiple women, don't cut yourself off from women. Look, and Hawaii Industrial, it's all about going your own way, about making your own choices. If you choose to cut yourself off from women and you find peace and solace in that, then I think you should do that. But if you find that you still want to have sex with women, then by all means have sex with women that want to have sex with you. If you think that you're leading them on, then I suggest to just tell them that that's not what you want and just be done and go. Todd Gunn, I haven't dated an Australian woman for 7 years, no need to, but I've dated around 100 women in 7 years. It's pretty easy if you have a bit of game. Although it does, for me personally, it becomes a bit unfulfilling after a while because it's too easy. So, I want someone with a bit more character and substance. Misery Man, sad how many good men won't be fathers. Thank you, feminism. Absolutely, it's sad, and I want to be a dad one day too. And I think that was why I felt so frustrated at the gynocentric laws that fuck men over if they have kids, because those laws enable women to destroy a man's life in a heartbeat with one sentence. The survivalist said men have to stop being human entertainment systems for women. They're with you because women are bored. She is bored easily. She is nothing in life beyond trying to get a guy for his resources. I don't think it's so much that she doesn't have anything in life other than trying to get a man's resources. I think that, there's women like different things. They have different things that interest them. But certainly, men, if you've been in a relationship before, you would have heard many times, I'm bored, I want to do something, because, we are the entertainment for our women. And the moment we stop being entertainment for them, and the moment we start spending too much time at work and stop being their entertainment, is when we actually stop being in a situation where we have control over our own lives, and we stop being able to go our own way. Flicking through here, John Boy says, my bud's Filipino wife blew everything they had at the casino. Keep an eye on their own casinos. John Boy, I actually know a not sister or mother or father, not first cousin, but very close down the chain, linked to one of my immediate family. There was a person that had a business, and she had a Filipino girl working for her, and that Filipino girl at Christmas time went and bought a bunch of iPhones and MacBooks on my not so immediate family member's credit card and got caught on camera and everything. She was actually married into, like, this girl was the mother, like the lady who got screwed over was the auntie of the guy who married this girl. So she's employed her nephew's wife, who he has a child with, and the nephew's wife has screwed her over, committed fraud with her credit card. Absolutely unbelievable. And yeah, she's sending all the stuff back to the Philippines. Really, really sad state of affairs. But it comes back to what I said before. You know, if one person in the family gets an opportunity to go and be in a country or a situation where they make more money, they are expected to provide for their family and give. And there's a lot of pressure put on them. And unfortunately, because she was, you know, a younger girl, she did cave to the pressure, and she fucked up. So caused a massive rift in the family. No good. Stated policies of politicians doesn't matter. The situation is too fluid and complicated to say that any promise is viable. Agree. Hallowed unrest. Misery man killer is a crook. Agreed. CJ, I'm a sovereign being. Voting here. Have at it, folks. Yep. Hallowed unrest. Jesus, honestly, just stay out of the Philippines. You know, and hallowed unrest has got a point. If you're going to go to the Philippines to find yourself a girlfriend, you know, there's some nice girls over there, and for sure there's going to be some women that'll come over if you have all the characteristics that they would be happy to stay for. They can be very loyal wives, but they can also be very vindictive. So I would be erring on the side of caution myself. Mate, feed, kill, repeat. Been sterilized in 24 for the last 8 years. You're 32 now and have no regrets. But you have to have the correct mindset. I won the baby trap game, absolutely. The electoral college is the rule in USA election. Recommended video on YouTube. So RYA Industrial said that I came up as a recommended video on YouTube when he was watching a MGTOW 101 video. I also noticed that he commented on one of the first videos I watched of yours. Glad to see the MGTOW community is growing strong. Absolutely, I'm very glad that it's growing strong as well. 2018 is going to be a huge year for MGTOW. Very much looking forward to it. Asian women in the Eastern world, gold diggers, particularly mainland Chinese. Be very, very careful. Where is my MGTOW cup of coffee? Give me a sec, Luke. I'm going to go get my cup and show you, men, what kind of cup a real man drinks out of. Brizzy boy, you're in my recommended list, so I looked what MGTOW meant and what it stood for, so I came over to join in. Thank you for joining in. Even if they want to have sex with you, it's not safe. You never know if tomorrow she'll regret and file some fake accusations and your life is ruined. Feel like I want to put a video camera in my bedroom and just have a sign on the door saying that all activities in this room are being recorded. Where are we here? Read an article recently about how many single men are using surrogacy to become dads. Yep, I did an article on that the other day too. Father Bertolucci. It was about fatherhood without risk. Thai women, for the main part, want to stay in Thailand. That is true, largely. What is up with women and guys in jail or prison? The last two women I dealt with. One was an ex. She got married to a guy for 3 months out of prison, and she is now a fatty 9 months later. Lol. RYA Industrial, no doubt 2018 will be MGTOW's breakthrough. Absolutely. Women will start getting nervous and finally downbound to normal traditions of relationships. With every peak, there is a valley. Look, you know, and with every ebb, there is a flow, and with every swing to the left, there's a swing to the right, and with every swing to the right, there's a swing to the left. So this ridiculousness, I'm starting to see a correction on that. Ever thought on doing some vids and calling out the bullshit on dating coaches? Mate, feed, kill, repeat. Look, we've got dating coaches like, when you've got coaches like Eli, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think we need to shit on other men who have a different viewpoint to us, unless those men are actually attacking us or or calling us out for doing something that we haven't done. Like if you go and look at my video on the MGTOW critic, I called it the MGTOW critique. I I was pretty savage with him, but there were a lot of points that he raised that was simply just misleading when he was trying to discredit MGTOW, and I wasn't standing for it. Dating coaches are trying to tame us. Look, Arvero, I think dating coaches are just trying to make money out of a man's desire to procreate with women, a man's desire to date women when they don't know any better. Dating coaches are nothing more than PUAs. Yeah, the dating coaches, PUA, same thing. Because, PUA is a pickup artist, and a dating coach tells you how to pick up. So they're a PUA, essentially. Mike F., remember, even consensual sex can later become a lawsuit. No means no, and yes means no. If she regrets it later, #MeToo. Get yourself a body cam and a waiver. Men, can I suggest to all of you, if you are going to insist on having sex with a woman, get her to confess her fantasies and what she wants you to do to her via text. So then when you do those things and she comes back later and she says, he did this to me and I didn't want him to, you can say, well, why did you text me to tell me that you wanted to do this to me? Because if you act fast and you act smart, you can actually turn around and rebut that immediately. I don't know if you guys remember, but Nelly, like old school, Nelly the rapper. Nelly was accused of raping a woman in his van, and he didn't even flinch. Him and his PR team, they put something together straight away. They came out, they said, we vehemently deny it. It never happened. This is what happened. Bang, 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 bang. And we are not going to stand down. We're not going to stand down. We're not going to put up with this. We are not going to tolerate these allegations. And if you do continue to slander us, then we're going to sue the absolute fuck out of you. And that made her back down real quick because she knew that she had absolutely no foundation for her claim. It was all a lie. It was just a gold dig. Confessions are all made out of duress because you made her do it because of her feelings. Exactly. Facts over feelings when it comes to the allegations of a woman. Father Bertolucci says, let me clarify, I don't advise men to go to Asia to marry a hypergamous girl who will become a materialistic, manipulative bitch when she has Western visa. Go there, have fun, come home. And men, if you are going to go to the Philippines and you are going to marry a Filipino chick, marry her over there. Leave your money in Australia. Don't tell her about it. Don't fucking tell her about the money. Don't tell her. Because if you tell her, she's going to want to come back to Australia. She's going to want to take half your shit. She's going to want to get married. She knows the laws too. Don't think because she doesn't live in Australia, she doesn't know what she can do. Hello to Unrest. Body cams will be seen as an invasion of women's privacy, an attack on her privileges. I think every guy needs to understand what the laws are on surveillance in their individual state. Because if you are permitted to take a body cam with you at all times, do it. Why would you not? It's insane. In fact, I will very soon have body cams available to me, so you'll be able to get them off me if that's something you want to do. In the meantime, guys, I'm going to start winding down. If you've got any further final questions you'd like to ask me in this Friday afternoon chill session, would be happy to answer those questions for you. Earl Hickey, I wear body cams when I leave the house. Trust me, everyone acts different when they see it. They tend to be very nice. That's exactly right. When they know that they're under watch, they're good as gold. But when you allow human behavior to run rampant and you take the body cam off, things are very, very different. It's just like everyone behaves when the boss is around. Because the body cam is the boss. The body cam rules the roost. And the body cam knows everything. It sees everything. It hears everything. It captures everything. You can't undo it. 3 years ago, I started doing research and found most dating coaches at the time were just teaching how to be more of a beta male and a future cuckold and basically sucking up to a woman enough to get into her pants, but they don't teach you how to handle it after such time. If a woman hit you, kick her kangaroo style. Marcel Harding, the bitch cam. Nowadays they're teaching how to be alpha males. RY Industrial, Stand Up Men is releasing a course soon. I'm very excited about it. I've seen the material. It's absolutely dynamite, and it talks about how to be a man, what your father never told you. I'm really looking forward to sharing that with you guys. Marcel Harding, thank you. A great chill session. Sydney MGTOW, I appreciate you. I've enjoyed it just as much as you guys have. Hour and 15 minutes into the live stream now. I think my battery's about to die and I don't even care. It's been an amazing time chilling out with you men. I actually think I'm going to make this a regular Friday thing. So any of you guys who have some red hot topics, please come prepared with your topics. Would love to talk to you about them next Friday. Looking forward to doing this on a regular basis. I think that this can become like a little bit of my flavor. You know that Friday afternoons are the time you come and just chill with Sydney MGTOW and ask the questions that need the real answers. In my country, Radu B said that leftists in his country are trying to push for a law that recorded videos will not be used in the court. Of course they are, Radu B, of course they are. But guess what? The internet is the court that everyone cares about. So when the video comes out, when your video, you can't use it in court, put it online. Because if the court is going to throw you in jail for something that you can't prove with evidence that proves that you didn't do the wrong thing, then you may as well get thrown in jail for putting body cam up on the internet, because the internet is forever. Survivalist says, please stay away from the PUA bullshit. I agree. I said, good to hang, Sydney. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, man. Charlie G, my father is a traditional blue pill man. I had to find the red pill myself. Charlie, I'm in the same boat as you, brother. My dad's a blue pill, but starting to get a bit more purple, but still, he doesn't get me in that way. He doesn't know what I know. Men, I want to share one last thing with you, and I don't know if I've mentioned this in the previous stream. I'm just going to wipe this camera so it's nice and clean. I think I mentioned this in a previous stream. I do actually have an online store. I don't like to spruik it because I'm not all about the money. It is www.mgtowmerch.com. Have really, really cool merch on my site. One of them is this one here, double-sided MGTOW. MGTOW is freedom. So if you guys want one of those mugs for yourself, very affordable, there's two ways that you can get one. Two ways. One way is you can go to www.mgtowmerch.com, go to the web store, click on the mugs. The other way is you can actually go to my Patreon and you can become a monthly contributor. I have a few different tiers that you can actually donate to. www.patreon.com/Sydney MGTOW. And one of the tiers actually gets you a mug with your first monthly donation as a show of my appreciation for donating towards the fighting fund that goes towards making things better for you men, making things fairer, and bringing back the balance. So also, as I did mention in my previous video, and I will be mentioning this at the end of every video, guys, if you want to donate, I've got my PayPal down below, I've got my Patreon down below, I've got my crypto links down below. Every single cent that you give me doesn't go to me, it goes to the fighting fund for this cause, for getting the laws changed. I don't take any of that money for myself. In fact, I pay money out of my own pocket, out of my own wage for my extra data. I take money out of my own pocket to buy newspapers, for content for you guys, especially when you guys recommend it to me. I take money out of my own pocket to, basically do all of this work, take money out of my own pocket soon to buy a microphone. I got a very generous Litecoin donation the other week from someone. Thank you so much if you're watching that. I really appreciate it. That money is all going towards the good fight. And yeah, guys, if you do want to donate to the fighting fund, please do. I will be showing the transaction history of all the money coming in and all the money going out. I will hide the names of you gents for your privacy, but I do want you to see that all the money that comes in stays in and does not get spent by me. This is this is not for me to go on a holiday with. It's not for me to go and buy shit with. It's not for me to go party with. It's not for me to I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. All the money that I get is to build something so that I can put towards the fighting fund, and all the money from you guys does go towards the fighting fund as well. So if you do want to donate, the links are down below. Completely voluntary, and I appreciate you if you do. And I will substantiate all those donations so that you men know that that Sydney MGTOW is an honest guy who is completely transparent about his financial dealings with respect to the money that he's given by his brothers in the MGTOW community. Anyway, men, have a great evening. Have a great morning, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much. And yeah, feel free to check out my store, MGTOWmerch.com. Feel free to donate to my Patreon monthly, even if it's just $1. Every dollar counts. And if you want to donate to my PayPal, then also feel free to do that as well. I also donate to other MGTOWs as well, out of my own money, not out of your fighting fund. I don't redistribute it. So that's how it is. Anyway, guys, Earl Hickey, so far you seem to be the best balance of MGTOW videos. Thank you for your work. I appreciate you, Earl Hickey. Thank you so much. And I'm signing out now, guys. Have a lovely night or a lovely morning. Stay safe. Stay switched on to what's going on around you. I appreciate you all. Yes, tall men. Yes, men are the prize. We do have the penis. We do make it happen. And let's fight the good fight, man. Peace out.